Good evening, Marshall Reddick investors, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Florida Investing, Cash Flow, and Appreciation. We have a really exciting webinar for you guys all tonight, and I'm really excited to have everyone with us. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. I am Kristen Tabar, your advisor and realtor and hostess with the mostest. A little bit about myself, that is me in that Lehigh Acres photo that you see there. My husband and I were lucky enough to take a trip out to the market and tour around with Ken and Terry last April, so almost a year. I think we're probably due for another trip. But here's a little bit about me. I've been with the company for 4 years. In August, my husband and I started investing in real estate. Prior to that, actually with Marshall Reddick, we bought a property with Terry before I even started with the company. So I'm always very excited to tell my clients that I do practice what I preach. I'm always happy to share my experience and would love to, share that and speak with everyone on the line. I see some new folks, I see some old folks, and some that have been with us for quite a while. So again, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Those of you that are new, and even those of you that are not, a lot of changes going on with Marshall Reddick these days. We're opening offices across the nation, and we're doing much more business here in California as well. Some of my clients don't know that we are a full service brokerage here in California, as well as a property manager. So we manage our clients' properties here in the state and also help them to buy and sell not only rentals, but of course their primary homes also. Still have the same great team of vendors, our lenders, insurance agents, etc. And of course, Terry and Ken Duffy down in Fort Myers, Florida, along with our team of managers down there as well. So jumping right into my role, I did mention that I was an advisor with Marshall Reddick, and some of you might be sitting there thinking, well, Kristen, why is that important and why should I care? Well, the service that we offer is free to our clients, and basically we go through a who, what, where, when, why, and how of your real estate investment plan. So we'll sit down, take as much or as little time as you want or need, and go through all of these areas where we can help you to create a strategy and put a plan together for your own personal investment goals. Are you looking to supplement an income? Are you a single earner? Are you planning to retire soon? Everyone's plan is unique and everyone's strategy is different. And what we hope to do with that is create something that looks a little bit like this. And this is actually my investment portfolio, as I mentioned a couple slides ago. My husband and I have been investing in real estate for quite a few years now. We've bought and sold properties since 2006 across the gamut, new construction, resale properties. We've done a couple of loans. So it's important to have some diversity. It's important to have a goal, and it's important to have a plan, and that's the value of the consultation and the service that I provide. So hopefully all of you guys are thinking, oh, okay, Kristen, now we get it. So let's skip right into how to choose where to park your money. You've decided you want to invest in real estate, and now you're looking at a map with 50 states and who knows how many cities and markets within those states, wondering, where should I even begin? So these are the 7 criteria that Marshall Reddick Real Estate as a company look for in each of our investment markets. And we prefer and we look into markets that check off all of these boxes. And so these are the reasons that we've worked with Terry and we've invested with our clients in the Fort Myers market for so long, is because it does check off all of these boxes, and it's proven to be a very strong investment market for our clients. So here's a short list, a little snapshot for you rather, of the markets that we are currently invested in, where we have teams. Of course, we're going to highlight Fort Myers there for you. Guys, this is one of my absolute favorite markets. Terry is one of my absolute favorite agents. And we're going to switch it up for you a little bit tonight. Now that we've talked a little bit about why we like the market, a couple of different points that stand out to us as far as why it's a good investment, we want to go ahead and jump right into introducing Terry and Ken. And we're going to showcase the properties this evening first, and then dive into all of the wonderful things that make Cape Coral, Lehigh Acres, and Fort Myers a strong investment area. So as I mentioned, Terry's been our agent in the area since 2005. She is literally glued to her phone. I don't think it ever leaves her hand. She's responsive, she's attentive, and I don't think I've ever waited longer than 5 minutes for her to reply to a text or email. So as far as agents go, she is dynamite. And without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to you guys, and we'll hop into the properties.
All right, we'll say hi.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us tonight. This is just a photo of the two of us. And for any of you that have not seen us or met us before, we've been with the Marshall Reddick group since about 2004, so a long time. We've been through all the really high ups and the really low downs in our market, and now we're kind of at a perfect market because we've rebounded nice and steady over the past 4 years. We're in 4 different areas in the Fort Myers area. I guess she's showing you a map down here. We're on the quiet side across from Miami. This little Estero right here, this is actually where Kenny and I live. And so we're about 30 minutes up to Cape Coral. Lehigh Acres comes up this way over to this side that we'll be talking about. And we've also expanded into an area called LaBelle and also into Port Charlotte that we're going to talk a little bit about tonight also.
Jump in.
This is this is just going over the maps and stuff.
All right, guys. So hey, so can you hear me good, Kristen?
Yes, I can. Sorry, I was a little behind on the map. I wanted to show them a little bit of an enhanced version, but I think we get it, and we'll see it a little later on. So sorry about that, Terry.
Okay, that's all right.
That's all right. So what you guys are looking at now is kind of an overview of the area for you guys that have bought before and been down to our market to visit. Like Terry said, we're in these areas, mostly Cape Coral, mostly Lehigh. We're pushing into 2 new areas. And for those of you that are on the webinar tonight, we're going to kind of introduce, for the first time, the Port Charlotte market. We finally got everything situated and lined out with a new builder up there. He's building brand new duplexes. They're running about a 5% cash on cash. They're great properties, brand new. So we're going to be looking at some of those properties tonight on the webinar as well. But just talking about the local market, Terry's doing a lot of business in the Cape Coral market and Lehigh, so things are still moving along really well. Our areas continue to grow. About 1,000 people are moving to our market every single day down here in South Florida. So with that, Terry's going to jump into the first property tonight.
This first duplex is basically a standard duplex in Cape Coral. Cape Coral is one of the most popular areas that people invest in because it's surrounded by water, and everybody knows where there's water, the appreciation is long lasting. This is about an average price for a Cape Coral duplex, about $245. They can go all the way up to $289 for duplexes exactly like this. But if you kind of follow down the numbers just so you kind of get a sense of where we're at, this one is rented at $1150 per unit, which is top market for this size and this age. If you go down the taxes and insurance, and taxes, those are pretty spot on because I get those off of the tax estimator from our county website. And the insurance quotes I actually get from the insurance company that I use that gives us good rates. Most of these properties don't have any HOA fees, so they don't cut into your profits. The utilities are all paid by the tenants and so on. So if you go down, this would be the income, your monthly income, the $746 there. Now Marshall Reddick does average in these variable expenses here. This is what would go into your wallet every month though, and then they advise that you save for this, the estimated maintenance and the vacancy. Our vacancy rate down here, however, is right at 4%. So you can put this down a little bit, and then you're going to have actually even more income at the end of the month. But this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a den, and the dens are always used for a 3rd bedroom. So if they're 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a den, they get the same rent as a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This property here is already professionally managed by the property management company that we use. So we know basically everything about it because it's owned by another investor that bought it prior. But it's tiled throughout, really nice. And if you go onto the Marsh Reddick website, you can see inside photos of both units. And then if you go down here, this just kind of tells your, your annual, the ROI, which is really good. I mean, this one cash flows real good for an investor's point of view. And then the next one, this is Lehigh Acres. Lehigh Acres is east of Fort Myers, where Cape Coral is west. The prices are lower. This place cash flows on every duplex that we do there. You'll see it's lower in price, but Lehigh Acres is on well and septic, where Cape Coral is about 50-50. Some are on well and septic, some are on city utilities. In Cape Coral, we have to be careful because a lot of them that are on city utilities have assessments that come along with that. And we try to make sure that the assessments are already paid. Otherwise, it can be an additional, $5,000 to $8,000 to $10,000, depending on how much of the assessments that the current owners have paid off. Lehigh Acre does not have assessments because all the duplexes are on well and septic. So you'll have we kind of, take that into consideration with our expenses also. The prices are substantially lower. The appreciation rate has been the exact same in Lehigh and Cape Coral over the last 4 years. This one here is rented for $1,100, so it's $50 a month less than Cape Coral. Go down and but it's pretty much, this one's pretty much in line with the Cape Coral one. And over here, always read the little stuff that I put here because it tells you everything that I've got, everything that I've written as far as the property goes. This one is tile flooring throughout. The exterior is painted. It tells you if they're leased. Like these are leased at $10.50 right now, but they expire the end of this month, and then they can be raised up to $1,100. The same thing. There's inside photos of all of these on the website, and this one's got the ROI of 16.17, so that's pretty good. The next one, this is a brand new house. LaBelle is a new area that we moved into over the past year. It's about 30 minutes past Lehigh Acres, so it's out a little ways. It's a very small community, but it's an up and growing community. I always refer to it as like a Hallmark, a Hallmark movie little town, because it's very quaint. Everybody knows everybody. And there's a video. Kristen's got a video that she can send to you about this whole area. It kind of shows more of it. But these single family homes, they're basic little rental homes. They're 1,500 square feet. They're 4-bedroom, 2-bath. The demand for these homes in LaBelle is crazy. We have sold every single one of these that the builder has brought to us, and he has actually had renters ready to move in by the time we closed on them. I think there was one of them that we had to wait 2 weeks. We're always waiting on the county for stuff. But it's such a huge demand on these. He has people walking onto his construction sites, literally with their checkbooks, asking to give deposits so they can rent these houses when they're finished. But you can read all about these. These are on city. The water is city, so there's no assessments on that, and the sewer is there for the septic. But there's already an expansion plan for the highway to be going through there all the way down from Collier County, which is down by Naples. Very high ROI. Nice monthly income for a single family home. This is the only area right now where the single family home cash flows. So these are great little houses. Like I said, we can't get enough of them. And I was in the property management's office a couple weeks ago just listening to phone calls coming in where people were asking if they could rent a house in LaBelle. And at that time, they didn't have one available because the builder, he doesn't rent them until we contract on them. And then he gets the renters, takes their money, and then they move in, like I said, when we close. But these are great little homes, nice little area. The next one, there you go. This is the new duplex. I'm really excited about this. I literally just got this today. We've been wanting to move up into the Port Charlotte area for about the past year. But most of the single family homes are priced higher and they weren't cash flowing where I needed to be for the Marshall Reddick group. And then an agent that I've worked with back in the olden days with the Marshall Reddick group, they've got a new project where they're building these duplexes in this beautiful area. It's called South Gulf Cove in Port Charlotte. And I've got a whole slew, it's a whole attachment we can send you if you're interested in this. But it's a waterfront community, and these are lower price than the new builds in Cape Coral, and they're getting higher rents in Cape Coral. So these are going to cash flow really nice. The only thing that I'm not positive on this is the insurance. This insurance might be a little high because the guy, my insurance guy, didn't get back to me on time, and so I just kind of took something random out of the middle of what we're used to. But I think this insurance is going to be lower because normally on new builds it is lower. But I just wanted to make sure we were covered, so I put it in there. Now this area does have it's a voluntary HOA fee of $75 a year. Voluntary means obviously you don't have to pay, but that goes just to help the area because they have parks through this place. It's, you know, walking trails through this place. There's boat ramps in this place, you know, because of all the water access, obviously. So it's just a gorgeous area, and these duplexes are going to do great. Tile throughout, 1,250 square foot on each side. There's all kinds of upgrades. They come with the granite countertops. They come with the irrigation systems. Washer and dryers are included. They're on city water and sewer, so there's no assessments or anything like that to worry about. So there's 2 of them that are on the Marshall Reddick website. Go on and look at all the inside photos. There's 2 that are completed, and there's 6 more that are under construction as of right now. Down here you can look at the ROI 20.28 and the monthly income $905. These things are going to be awesome. So I'm obviously super excited about these in this area. Kenny's going to talk more about this area when he gets into talking about all the geographics of the areas.
Thanks, Terry.
Yes.
Real quick, I just wanted to mention on this property and on the LaBelle single family, the estimated maintenance has been reduced to 5%. I'm sure there's some of you folks out there that have noticed that and are wondering why. For our properties that are new construction, we do lower that maintenance for the first 5 years because we estimate that you'll have less maintenance on something that's brand spanking new. So that's why we've reduced maintenance on both of these properties, to both of those new constructions, to 5%.
And you also, the first year, you also have the builder's warranty. So normally if anything would go off, the builder comes in and fixes, replaces it, whatever, before the first year's over.
Yes, thank you, Terry.
This is just another property. I had 2 other properties in Cape Coral I wanted to show you, but we only had room for 5 properties on here. This is a quad, and the quads and larger multi-units, there's not a whole lot of them because when people buy them, they tend to hang on to them longer. So, but some people, but these are nice. So if you take a look at these, same thing, go online, you can see all the inside photos. These have been remodeled on the inside. They are tiled, vaulted ceilings, lots of kitchen cabinets. The tenants pay all the utility bills. These have separate water meters, separate electric meters, so each of them have their own thing. I think 3 out of 4 of these have new AC systems in them. So same thing, just go down, the gross rents right here, no HOA fees on here, the monthly income $1,332, the ROI $1,563. I think right now there's like maybe 4 of them that are available on the whole MLS. Oh, I didn't think we got that last one in there. The next one up?
We did. It's not on the poll, so it's not a selection for the poll, but it is still in the presentation for our folks that are looking for larger units.
All right, this is a 7-unit. I have been inside this one. They've renovated every single unit in here. It's very clean. It's very well kept. All the tenants every place that I was in was really clean. So I love this property. Same thing in Cape Coral. This one does have a little bit higher insurance because it's in a flood zone area. And flood zone, it's not, some people get scared of it, but it's not something to be scared of. It's something that the county determines. I live in Estero. We have a lake in our backyard. The first 5 years we were here, it was not a flood zone. The county decided they needed to make more money, so they came in, they made everything a flood zone. So we've been paying flood insurance for the past, 9 years. And now they just came in and said that you can you could dispute it. So we disputed it, redid the elevation, and now we're not in the flood zone again. It's kind of crazy. So it's these properties have been around for a long time and they've never been damaged by it. But it's, like I said, it's something that the county does, you know, mostly to make money. We do put landscaping in this one because there's no place for people to have their own lawnmowers to storm or anything like that. And so the property management will do the landscaping. This is 75. I believe it's supposed to be 70 and not 75 on those. But you know, same thing. The most important thing is this is the monthly income down here that you're going to get. You can see this here, the vacancy, same thing. Put it down to 4%, not 10%, and this is going to come up a lot. But go online and look at all the pictures on site. This is a great property if you're looking for something a little bit larger. So, but there's a lot of different properties on the Marshall Reddick website, and I do recommend that you go on periodically because they literally can change on a daily basis. As soon as something sells, obviously that's taken off. I go on to the MLS every single morning and I search to see what else I can find that fits the criteria that that I've learned that the Marshall Reddick group is normally looking for over these years. And then I just keep adding things as they come along so we can just keep things rotating around. And if you find a property someplace else that you're interested in and that you don't see it on our website, you can always send it to me and I'll go out and I'll do all the research for you also, because a lot of the stuff that people send me that they find on Zillow or Redfin, most of the time it's not 100% accurate. So I can get all the skinny information for you and get that back to you, okay?
And Terry mentioned the website to everyone. This is just a quick snapshot of that. You can see there's an Invest tab. That's where you're going to want to click down. You're going to look at properties. And then you can use the filter to find all of the available inventory in the Fort Myers market. And that way you can look at the duplexes in both Lehigh and Cape Coral, the new construction, the Port LaBelle properties. This is where you're going to find all of the info and detail that you need on those. This is a helpful tool that you'll also find on the website. On the property slides, you may have noticed that each property has a class rating, and you can find this link on the website. It's the methodology behind how we arrived at that, and that will help to clarify any questions that you have on how we arrive at the 8, 10, and 13% maintenance numbers, the vacancy numbers, things to that nature. So it's about a 20-minute read, really, really quick, but is very, very helpful in helping to evaluate the properties and deciding which of the properties is a good investment for you down here in this market. So before we hop on to the next thing, I want to do a quick poll to make sure you guys were all paying attention to the properties that we just looked at. The property that most interests me is, and you have your choice, was it the Eisenhower duplex in Lehigh? Was it the duplex in Cape Coral on 2nd Terrace? Was it the new construction duplex in Port Charlotte? Did you like the 7-unit in Cape Coral, or did you like the new construction in LaBelle? And I will give you guys just a few seconds to put your answers in. It is anonymous. I will not post your answers on the billboard next to the airport, I promise. It's just for our knowledge so we know who likes what, and it helps us keep our inventory fresh and relevant, if you will. Like Terry said, she's updating daily so that you know if properties are available, if they've contracted yet, and what the status is. So this helps us just to keep our finger on the pulse of what our clients are looking for. So just another couple seconds, 3, 2, 1, and we'll close that. Let's see what everyone said. All right, 57% for the new construction in Port Charlotte. You guys must be feeling Terry and my excitement for that area, because we see that cash flow and we see new properties, and we are really excited to sell these. So very awesome. Not too far behind is the new construction in LaBelle, so not really surprising that a lot of you out there are very interested in the brand new properties. the 7-unit in Cape Coral, a close third, and the duplex is not so high on the list tonight, Terry. That's kind of surprising to me, but anyway. All right, we'll go ahead and hide that. And real quick before I hand it back over to Ken and Terry, one more thing that you'll find on the website is this market data packet. So if there's something that you think you may have missed on tonight's webinar, or you're someone who enjoys looking at charts and graphs and having some additional information that you can go to and read, you can download this also for free on the website and use that as a supplement to the information that you get tonight. So as Terry mentioned, we also have a packet on the area in Port Charlotte that I can send out to you, and we do have an awesome video on the LaBelle area, and they are going to discuss those areas both in some more detail a little later on. But if anyone wants either of those things, you just have to shoot us a quick email or let us know via your questions tab on your panel tonight, and let us know, and we'll get those out to you. So we're going to get into some meat and potatoes of the market and some more exciting stuff, and I'll hand it back to you guys.
All righty. Well, I'm just going to jump in here, folks, and just kind of blow through it. For those of you that have purchased in the area before, some of this information is kind of repetitive, but for the new people that are listening in tonight, Fort Myers and Lee County is an explosive county. We've grown leaps and bounds for the last since the recovery, probably 5 to 6 years. We've really been releasing some huge commercial properties and big developments that are coming into town. So typically we've been growing. Lee County's been growing in the range of about 35 to 40,000 residents per year. We're finding a lot of snowbirds are coming down and they're calling it quits with all the snow and stuff up north. So they're coming down and they're staying. So we have seen a huge decrease in our age group. So we got a lot of young families moving back into the area. 25 to 54 age group has shown a year-over-year increase of 9%. So we're getting younger, a lot of younger families moving in. A lot of it has to do with the type of jobs that are moving into the area. We used to be, probably about 10 years ago, we were predominantly all, based around tourism and stuff. I can honestly say now there's so much tech moving into the area with, about 8 years ago, Hertz moving their world headquarters down here. Things have just exploded. So the population in Fort Myers has been growing anywhere from 3 to 6 up to 5% a year. So we're probably, I would say, in the next 5 years, go over the $1 million or the million residents, full-time residents in the Fort Myers area. So that's a good thing. Our population is just really booming down here, like a lot of areas in the country. So, and then we can just keep moving on. Give me the next slide there, Kristen, if you would. Unemployment is pretty much nil down here. They said if you can fog a mirror, you can get a job. Constant construction going on down here. Some big projects breaking ground around the airport, the Skyplex. Our education system, health services, information technologies, construction trades. You can read down the bullet points here. Expansion projects are going ballistic. Lehigh Acres is really growing with road projects. They see the amount of people that are moving out there. Buying houses and calling it home. So they've done a State Road 82, probably, I think it's about a $4.2 billion road project. They've started the first phase now, Gunnery Road and Lee Boulevard, not Lee Boulevard, Gunnery Road and State Road 82. It's a huge intersection they're working on. The high schools down here, they got to build a high school every year for the next 10 years. We've been averaging, this statistic that I pulled here was back in 2018. Between 17 and 18, we had 1,000 new students added every single year. Last year, 2018, last quarter, 2018, the starting of the new year in 2019, we had 1,600 students pour into our school district. Teachers, they're hiring teachers left and right. They're finally got a city council now that has just gave all the teachers in Lee County a $9,000 a year raise, which is a blessing because that's a huge kick in the right direction for the for the teachers, and the schools are all A-rated schools down here, so that's really good. Health services, hospital expansions. They built 2 new hospitals in South Lee County in the last year. One just opened up down at Coconut Point. It's about 175 beds. New hospital that just opened up, I believe, in December, and then another hospital opened up across the street, North Collier, or Collier County Health System. So a lot of good stuff going on, and like I said, the job market is blowing up. It's been blowing up for a while. It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of roads being built, a lot of buildings being built, a lot of commercial projects coming out of the ground. This is just some of the top employers in the area. Home Depot's probably at the bottom of the list there. Lee Health is huge. Lee County School District and supermarkets, and these statistics were taken in 18. I think they've gone up now quite a bit more, but predominantly the Lee Health Systems, they basically took about 8 or 9 of the hospitals in the area, and they just basically just converged, and they put them all under one health system, which is Lee Health now. So that's why they're one of the top employers. And then there's just so much spin-off from the hospitals as far as radiology. Golisano Children's Health Park is exploded with 2 expansions for children's oncology. They're really becoming the epicenter for children's cancer down here, working with some of the top hospitals over in the Miami area. So things are moving in a good direction as far as our health. Collier County I think it was last month, was voted one of the healthiest counties in the state of Florida, which is good. So it's a good thing to be labeled one of the healthiest counties in the state of Florida. This is that hospital I was talking about that opened up in South Lee County. $40 million hospital, Southern Lee County. It's called Coconut Point Health Systems, or Lee Health at Coconut Point. Any of these things I'm talking about, you guys can just get on the internet and do Google searches for Lee County hospitals, Lee County economic development, and there's plenty of information to follow for those new people looking to invest or looking to put some money into this market as far as purchasing a duplex, or maybe you have some 1031 money. Terry's been working feverishly with a couple of investors that are looking to identify properties now, and they're looking into that Port Charlotte area. Downtown Fort Myers, I can't say enough about this place. It's been booming for the last 6 years. They've got the Luminary Hotel coming out of the ground. Developers are investing $500 million in new high-rise condo, shops, and office space downtown. It's consistently changing on a year-to-year basis down there. 56 restaurants, and there's plans for a parking garage for 600 vehicles down in the downtown Fort Myers downtown River District. So it's another good location. Everything's growing down. They're taking the old Fort Myers and kind of rejuvenating it. A lot of young professional families and professionals are moving down into that Fort Myers, the downtown Fort Myers area, where they can live in those condos and work, down in a downtown area that they can walk to without having to commute. So this is another one. They got some really good videos out on it. If you guys are interested in any of the information that we have, I always back it up with a lot of videos from the local, commercial development websites. So this one here is the Skyplex. This is it's 1,100 acres just north of the airport that they just built, a brand new airport back in 2005. And they're looking to go through another expansion on the airport. But this area is, we just drove through it yesterday, or was it today? I think, going out to Lehigh to look at a home inspection, and they're looking to take this 1,100 acres, and it's basically near the JetBlue ballpark. So it's located in a great area, and basically what's going on in there is it's all zoned for commercial, and it's all going to be mixed use commercial and light industrial, basically pushing development for the aviation that's due to expand in the area with regards to the airport. There's a new hangar that is supposedly going to be built, and they believe that one of the major airlines, we don't know if it's American or United, is going to build a massive airplane hangar down here for a maintenance facility. And the gentleman who's actually heading up the project is from Chicago, so a lot of the people in the area are thinking that it's probably United. They really don't fly too much down here, but it may be a market that they're looking to spread into and call it their hub. Not Google, but Amazon Prime just bought a 160,000 square foot existing facility, and they renovated it, and it's due to open next month. So they're putting a distribution center down here. Probably nothing like up in New York, but the one that New York lost. But we're glad to have Amazon down here. It's maybe a lot of same-day deliveries, but I drove past it. It's a massive facility. It's not open yet, but it's due to open sometime in the next quarter. So that's always good for the area. Gartner is another information technologies company. They broke ground on this new facility. We drove by it today. It's open. Last time we drove by about probably 6 or 8 weeks ago, it looked like it was in the finishing stages. But basically, Gartner's a big employer. They are an information technologies company. They help your company do better, business better. So right now, currently, they have 1,200 employees in Lee County, and they're looking to grow to more than 2,300 associates by 2022. So this is kind of one of those companies that are very good for the area. The average salary is starting in the high $80,000. So that really drives, jobs into the area. So it's a great partner to have in the Lee County area. Arthrex Medical, these guys are massive in the orthopedic product development. They basically build knees. They do hip replacements. This is going on in Collier County to the south, but the spinoff is just massive throughout the county. This facility that they're building is just huge. It's a $100 million facility, and right now, because they're displaced all the workers, they're renting massive amounts of commercial space up in Lee County, and they'll be moving into this facility probably I'm going to say in another year or so. But Arthrex is a medical administration expansion. Will create 550 jobs just for this new facility, and it's a great addition to our economy down here in Southwest Florida. City of Fort Myers, if you guys want to get some information on downtown Fort Myers or what's going on in the Fort Myers River District, you can just go and Google downtown Fort Myers River District, and it'll just give you tons and tons of information on the local economy that's growing down in the city of Fort Myers. So the Luminary Riverfront Hotel broke ground in 18. It's almost topped off. The hotel is almost topped off, and what they're looking to do is this building is connected to the Harborside Convention Center, which is an existing convention center. This hotel is going to just literally explode the downtown area. It's going to be awesome when this place is built, creating more jobs, drawing big conventions to the area. So this is another hotel that we were anticipating in 2018, and we're finally seeing it almost topped off now. So just a lot of new construction. If anybody ever has the chance to come down to South Florida in the Fort Myers area, you'll be driving around just realizing it's a good place to invest in our economy because it's very strong. Florida is always awesome. We have no state income tax. It's a great place to invest if you're looking to move your assets down to South Florida. People love Florida because of the no state income tax. It's a great place to retire as well. We have probably 364 days of sunshine down here. So Lehigh Acres, this is one of the areas we've been selling with Marshall Reddick since 2004. This place has never stopped growing. It's 96 square miles. It's a pre-planned residential community. It's well over 100,000 residents now. It's east of Fort Myers, about a half an hour. Real estate prices are a little bit lower. Cash flows are a little bit higher. It is the highest elevation in Lee County, so there is no flood insurance. So if you buy a duplex or a single-family home, there'll be no flood insurance, which equates to better cash flows. So it's located about 40 minutes from the beaches, within 15 minutes of the airport. It's very close to the Southwest Florida airport. And the population, I think, is it's about 102,000 now. So it's one of those bedroom communities that is slowly waking up and growing. A lot of road expansion projects are going on out in Lehigh Acres because of the growth of population. So switching into Cape Coral, if you are previously invested in Cape Coral, you know a little bit about it. It was nicknamed the Waterfront Wonderland. It's a planned city conceived as a boater's paradise. The Cape Coral is bounded by three sides of water. So you've got the Caloosahatchee River, then you've got two other sides are the basic Gulf of Mexico. So the Cape Coral real estate provides access, if you buy in there, to the Gulf of Mexico. So the next slide that we'll look at, it'll show you kind of what Cape Coral looks like. So it's got over 400 miles of boating canals. A little bit similar to the area up in Port Charlotte too. South Gulf Cove is got over 55 miles of canals that all have access. When people come down here, they love to come down here and buy single family homes and live on the water and have a boat in their backyard. So that's kind of what the draw is for this area. A lot of people are moving over from the east coast of Florida, from the Fort Lauderdale area, because these properties are very, very affordable compared to real estate over there. So I would imagine in 10 years the property values are going to rise quite substantially as we become more and more populated. The City of Cape Coral just completed a $10 million convention center down on the southern part of Cape Coral. It's attached to a Westin Hotel in Tarpon Point. You can see in the lower picture, that is the Westin Hotel, and then just below it is the convention center. You can pretty much do everything from this one location at the Westin Hotel. You can rent a boat, jet skis, sailboat, do whatever you want. So it's kind of like a destination, and that's why Cape Coral pushed through to put a convention center, because they saw a lot of business in Fort Myers as well. Downtown Fort Myers had the Harborside Convention Center, and now the Cape has one as well. So it's great because it just draws a lot of corporate companies coming down here doing their conventions in South Florida and Southwest Florida. 5 years ago, we didn't have big convention centers to hold these type of venues. So now that we do, and the area has grown, that creates jobs, and jobs create rentals, and that's where the investor comes in, because we need rentals for people moving into the area. They like to come in and rent for a while and see where they want to buy, or some of them just continue to rent. Most of the people that rent down here, Terry's run into them. They usually rent properties for 3 to 5 years. Most of the properties, well, I should say all the properties that we do set up with the property management are 1-year leases. So another area that we've kind of went into in the past 6 months is the city of LaBelle. It's about 45 minutes east of Fort Myers. It's a little bit past, not very far past Lehigh Acres. It's a little further inland. It's a very quiet, just an old Florida feel community. So it's a smaller community. It's 15 square miles, 15.6 square miles, with a population of 46,000. It's literally in the slow lane. But what's going on is it's such close proximity to Fort Myers, and a lot of jobs down in Naples, that people are willing to drive the hour to work and live out here in a nice quiet area. Real estate is very affordable out here. A lot of the houses out there, like I said, Terry's been dealing with a builder now for about 6 months out there, and everything that she has sold has been rented basically before the place is even completed. So it's been performing very well out there as far as price point and rents, because there is nothing to rent out there. The community literally is growing. They put a Walmart in I'd probably say about 3 or 4 years ago. So things are slowly taking a hold out there, and the two builders that we've been dealing with out there, everything that they have been building, they're selling or they're renting. So it's working out real well. LaBelle's ready for growth. So this is the typical home. I think Terry went over it in one of the run sheets. So 4-bedroom, 2-bath, about $160K, and the rents are roughly about $1,350. So that's kind of what.
Sorry, Ken, but Terry can correct me if I'm wrong. The builder is still selling these for $160 to our investors exclusively, outside of Marshall Reddick and outside of working with Terry Duffy. I think these prices have gone up to $175 now. Is that correct, Terry?
They've sold them for $168.9, and they've actually went up to $171.4.
Okay.
So yeah, we're the only ones that get them for $160.
So there you go, folks.
Get them while they're hot.
Hit them while they're hot. That's right.
So this is so we're going to talk about Port Charlotte really short, little impromptu here. So the area that we're looking, or that we've been working with a builder up there, is called South Gulf Cove. Just kind of hitting the bullet points. South Gulf Cove is an affordable, secluded, it's 6,200 acre deed restricted waterfront community offering boat access for over 4,700 waterfront home sites. Like Terry had said, it's got a $75 voluntary HOA fee. That is to just maintain the parks and whatever else needs to be maintained, and the boat ramp. So it's kind of got the same layout as Cape Coral. You can buy a house on the water in there. You can buy a house on an interior lot that has no water. The builder that we're dealing with now, he's building these duplexes out there, or they call them villas. Just awesome looking buildings. They're, brick paver driveways, real nice. But the area itself is has over 55 miles of navigatable waterways. That's in the South Gulf Cove community itself. It's in a great location. It's got some stuff here on canal depths and bridges and stuff like that. It's not really important to us as the investor, but the main thing to realize is that you would be buying or building a duplex in a gated, well, not a gated community, but a restricted community that has access to the water, which basically always increases value, always holds value. Lennar Builders is a big builder down here, single family home builder. They bought 1,200 lots within South Gulf Cove, and they're starting to pop up homes brand new. They're selling those to end users, which is good for values. It's good for comps. It's good for everything. So this area is going to be, I think, is going to be one of those go-to places in the next 5 or 6 years as far as growth. If you get in now on the ground floor and get a duplex secured, it's going to rent. It's going to cash flow pretty good. Developments in the area, which I know is huge. We always look for things that are, so what makes this area, special or better, or what can we look forward to? So there's a big community that's been in the news many times down here. It's called Sunseeker Resort. Basically, this guy, John Redmond, he was a former CEO for MGM Grand in Las Vegas. He's down here now. He's planned a huge community down here. And it's about 1.1 million. He's looking to sell condos, but the main thing is this Sunseeker Resort is just going to be a huge facility down on the southern peninsula of Port Charlotte. So area values in the Port Charlotte area were up 11.1% in 2017. So it's kind of like just a lot of these informational packets. We have one of these guys. If you guys are looking at Port Charlotte, just let one of the girls know. They'll shoot you over the packet. It's a good read. It kind of really gives you a good synopsis of what's going on down in the area. But this is just one of the major projects that has broken ground real close. It's about 6 miles from South Gulf Cove. So there's going to be a lot of new restaurants moving into the area, and it's just going to increase the value of your land, your investment, and just kind of make for a good, secure investment. So talk about property management. This is Travis and his wife, Kimberly. These guys saw the potential up in the Port Charlotte area, and we've been dealing with these guys at property management now for a couple years now. They're a real solid couple, very honest, good. Travis is a real solid guy as a property manager, very level-headed, just doesn't get excited. I kind of think he's medicated, honestly, but he's just a really good guy. He saw the potential up the Port Charlotte area, so he opened up an office about 8 months ago up in that area. So he's got a good feel for what's going on with rents. We'll have our property management team on the ground up in Port Charlotte. He's in a building up there, not too far from South Gulf Cove. So when you guys, if you've dealt with Travis before, then you know what kind of a property management guy he is. If you guys are interested in making an investment, then you'll want to make contact with him and talk to Travis, and you'll have a series of questions, and he'll just facilitate you and tell you how he runs his show, and how the website that he uses is very user friendly for the investor, where you can get into a portal and you can log on and see everything that's going on with your property. It's kind of very transparent transactions that he does with his investment group. Since we've been with those guys, Travis, his company maintains about 300 units of the Marshall Reddick website. So he's got special pricing for Marshall Reddick as well, as far as the typical fee that you would charge. It's well below the standard market. What's he at about?
He does 8%.
So he does 8% for the Marshall Reddick, and typically out on the street for anybody else, it's about 10%. So we got a bunch of other information. Like I said, you got Terry's information. Give her a call, email her. She'll fill you in on everything that you would need to know and help facilitate you guys to make a decision if you so choose to jump on one of these properties that we were showing you guys tonight.
Thanks, Ken. And just to piggyback that real quick, this is our preferred team in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Lehigh as well. They have an office in Cape Coral. Travis recently opened an office in Port Charlotte, which is part of the reason that we are showing the Port Charlotte properties tonight and that we're excited about them, is because now we have a great management team to manage those properties as well. So any of the properties that you find on our website in the Fort Myers market that Terry helps you buy, this is our preferred management team. So you'd be working with the same folks that some of you are already working with owning in this market. And if you expand into Port Charlotte, you get to maintain that relationship. So really, really cool there. You don't have to start with a whole new management team to, you know, continue to grow your portfolio. So sorry, Ken, I'll throw it on back to you.
That's okay.
Just wanted to make sure that.
No, thanks. Anytime you can pick up my slack is good. Guys, colleges down here, we got tons of them. There's probably about 11 major colleges. This area seems to be a hotbed for a lot of people moving into the area, sending their kids to college. So we're well flushed with colleges down here. Some of the big ones are Florida Gulf Coast University and Florida Southwestern. They have massive nursing programs. Florida Gulf Coast University, probably about 5 years ago, had a student population of probably about 5,000. They've gone well over 16,000 students now. So they had a really hard time trying to figure out where they're going to put their students for student housing. So there was a lot of rentals out there that were being utilized for student housing. And since then, just Florida Gulf Coast University has probably put in over 1,200 units for student rentals. So the area is just, like I said, exploding down here with colleges. Just a couple of other shots. This is University Village. They're trying to keep it in the lower left-hand side. The picture, that's student housing they were building last year. It's all pretty much open now. They've got, like I said, retail shops, restaurants, and residences all tied into one. This is actually on the campus, so that one facility that you see on the left there's about 350 residential student units for their housing. So just some shots of our beaches. That's why people love South Florida. They love the water. They love the sunshine, and that's kind of what pushes our economy down here too. A lot of people come down from the north when it snows, and this is what they come to. We got like sugar sand beaches down here and beautiful waters.
It's amazing, guys. Ken and Terry aren't lying when they say the beaches are beautiful. I took the photo out for this presentation, but my husband and I stood on that very beach and snapped a couple photos. So, and it was hopping. We were there in April, and so not hot, but not cold. Didn't stop anyone from going to the beach, very much like California. So yeah. Really, really popular area for people to visit.
So JetBlue Park is another big draw. We have spring training. There's probably 5 different Major League Baseball teams in the area. Northport, which is very close to Port Charlotte, just got the Atlanta Braves. So the Atlanta Braves just had their opener tonight, as a matter of fact, in a brand new spring training ballpark facility up in Northport, which is massive. So this one, however, is JetBlue Ballpark. This one here is literally 5 minutes from Lehigh Acres. It's built right near the Skyplex that we saw on that other slide. This one here has been around since 2012. They're in the process now of building hotels off-site, everything that really truly is needed to help support this place. The spring training season down here is just fanatical. It literally pours, just spring training itself, for the short period of time that it's here, pumps about $14 million into the local economy just for sales with regards to hotels and restaurants. They tracked this last year, so it's massive. I mean, people come down here and they're just crazy for spring training, so which is a good thing. So we've got the Boston Red Sox, which is at JetBlue Park, and then we got the Minnesota Twins, which is in a ballpark which is in the city limits of Fort Myers. It's probably about 3 to 4 miles west of this facility. So we've got two of them real close together. So just a typical picture of some of the jobs that are going up. Florida just continues to add jobs. We knew the economy was back and vibrant. These two shots I took probably about 6 months ago in the Southwest market. These are the typical 23, 24-story high-rises that are going up with these condos that are selling. So the building on the right-hand side is Mystique, and that building was pre-sold before it even came out of the ground, and they're actually coming out of the ground with another tower. All of these condos are along the beaches, so anytime you see these tower cranes going up, they're typically within a half a mile from the beach. So they got awesome views. So Hertz moved down here back in 2015. The company just continues to grow with employees. They continually have job seminars, adding people. Unfortunately, all the people that were working for Hertz up in New Jersey did not want to relocate down here to South Florida. So these guys built a massive campus on 75 acres in the south part of Lee County, right near the hospital that just opened up. So a lot of big things going on in our market, and Hertz is just another one down here. They just recently bought the Germain Arena, which is our huge hockey facility down here, and it's a big venue for restaurants, and it's right next to one of the big shopping malls that we have. We have an outlet mall down here. Miramar Outlet Mall is about 400 outlet stores. It's right next to the Hertz Arena, which is new. They've since changed the names and painted it now, and there's two hotel chains that are looking to announce who's going to get it, but they're building 2 new hotels right next to the Germain Arena or the Hertz Arena now for big venues that come in, and there always seems to be a shortage on hotel rooms down here when things get crazy in the winter months when we have all the snowbirds. And this is the airport. The airport continues to grow with flights. We had 100 million visitors in 2017 to come through the airport. 9.5 million annual passengers locally, approximately 23,000 passengers. I think that's well over 30,000 passengers a day now. We average between 217 and 300 flights a day. The impact to the local economy is roughly between 4.3 billion and 5 billion annually. What gets generated for people flying into the area, coming into the area. So very good generator for our area, and they're looking to add a whole new concourse to this airport. They're in the process now of building another control tower so that they can put another set of runways in to expand this airport. Like I said, we got UPS, DHL, and FedEx are coming into the area, and they're looking to increase runway sizes for these big cargo planes to come in. Kind of the Miami airport and Fort Lauderdale airport are kind of landlocked, and they've become so busy over there that they're looking to expand into other parts of South Florida. So that's where they're looking, right across the alley from the East Coast on the Miami side. They're looking right over here in the Southwest Florida area, and they're putting eyes on our airport. So we're going through some expansion projects there.
All right, thanks, Ken. We're going to hop into our second poll question, and this is remarkable. It's 7:30 on the dot right now, and we are just about done. We're usually way over our time because we just get excited and talk. But now that we've heard all of the details, the info on the economy, the growth, all of those fun facts, we are going to go ahead and launch our second poll and find out why those of you who joined us tonight decided to join us tonight. So we've gone ahead and launched it. I'm interested in the Fort Myers market. because, and you've got a few choices for the income potential to capitalize on a rebounding market, because I have friends or family there. I threw a dart at the map and hit Florida, or my advisor told me to check it out. So we just want to get a read on what everyone is interested in, how you guys are all feeling after hearing all of the info tonight, and let us know. So I'll give you guys a couple more seconds. It looks like I've got a good majority of the votes in. So we'll give you 3, 2, 1, and close it out. And let's share. What did people think? Well, no one likes to play darts, and no one talks to their advisor. And no one's friends or family live there either. Well, now you guys can say that Terry and Ken live there. So if you said no because you don't know anyone, now you do. For those of you who didn't answer. Anyway, 77% for the income potential. You guys came to the right place, and 23% to capitalize on a rebounding market. You also came to the right place. This is one of the few areas that actually gives a nice combination of both. So it's easy to capitalize on the appreciation while also getting a very nice cash flow at the same time. So awesome on the poll. We're going to go ahead and skip right through to the end. So now what? You've seen the properties, you're interested, you like what you heard about the market. So now your next step is going to be to connect with Terry and or myself. So here's my information. You can call me, email me, set up a consultation, and we will talk about your interests, your goals, how you're planning to purchase, financial status, all that good stuff that I mentioned at the beginning. We'll loop Terry in on a conversation. We'll let her know if it's one of these properties you saw tonight that you'd like more info on, if it's something new, you'd like to see additional properties. Whatever it is that you guys need and whatever it is you want, Terry and I are here to help you make that happen in the Florida market. So we're excited that everybody joined us tonight. Really looking forward to connecting with everybody on our calls tomorrow. Again, like I said, you can email me, you can email Terry. Terry, Ken, I'm going to throw it back to you guys real quick. Terry, will you give everyone again your phone number and your email address so that they can reach out to you in addition to reaching out to me?
Absolutely.
Everybody pay attention.
Phone number 239-728-4990, and you can always get me. My email is Terry, Terry, D like David, another D like David, UFFY. So Terry D. Duffy at mac.com. And my emails also come to my phones, so you can always get me that way also. I'm a great communicator.
And like I said, guys, if it takes longer than 5 minutes, you should worry because something is up. Even if you ask her for something and she says, I'm out right now, but I'll do it later, she always replies. So you guys will always know what's going on. You'll always be in the loop with the communication. And we'd love to get that started as soon as you guys are ready. So reach out to me, reach out to Terry. And again, let us know if you want any packets, any data, any videos. We're always happy to share information, and we want to help you guys make good investments. So I want to thank you guys all again for joining us. Most of you hung out the whole time, so very glad that we didn't lose anybody early. Ken and Terry, thank you for being on tonight's presentation. It's always my greatest pleasure to do this show with you.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you, everybody out there.
Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, guys. Everybody have a good night.
All right.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.